guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors Trade. Golden State Warriors fans, brace yourselves. The NBA has just been hit with an urgent bombshell, and nobody, absolutely nobody, saw this coming. After days of whispers and behind-the-scenes speculation, it's finally confirmed. The Golden State Warriors have made a stunning decision that could dramatically alter their future. A move so unexpected, so explosive that it's sending shockwaves through the entire league. This is not a drill. This is real. And if you're a Warriors fan, you need to hear every single detail. Multiple sources, now backed by official team statements, have confirmed that the Golden State Warriors have pulled the trigger on a front office shakeup involving none other than General Manager Mike Dungle Jr. And not only that, the team has also finalized a surprising personnel shift involving several key rotation players, signaling that the franchise is fully entering a new phase. The dynasty isn't over, but the gears are clearly turning towards something different, something daring, and something the NBA world didn't see coming this soon. Let's start with the front office shocker. Mike Dunleavy Jr., who took over as GM following Bob Myers' departure, is being elevated into a more executive vice president-style role, while a new external name is being brought in to take over player personnel decisions. That's right, fresh eyes, a fresh philosophy and a bold new vision for the Warriors' future. The incoming executive has yet to be named officially, but insiders are buzzing that it's someone with deep player development ties and a background in modern analytics-based roster building. This change didn't leak ahead of time. It wasn't teased. It dropped out of nowhere, and it's now changing the way fans and analysts are thinking about Golden State's next steps. But that's only part of the shock. Now confirmed, their Warriors have made the tough call to move on from several role players in a package deal aimed at clearing cap space and opening a path for the development of younger talent. Moses Moody and Gary Payton II are reportedly part of this reshuffle, along with a future second-round pick. In return, their Warriors are receiving a couple of under-the-radar, high-upside players, and most importantly, financial flexibility, something they've desperately needed to reshape the roster around Stephen Curry. The message here is crystal clear. Their Warriors aren't waiting around. They're not going to run it back and hope for the best. They are acting with urgency. They are making the hard choices now. And they are making sure that the next chapter of Warriors basketball has a strong foundation. The reaction from fans, pure disbelief. You could almost feel the ripple across social media. Warriors Twitter lit up with phrases like, "Didn't expect this. It's really happening and we're rebuilding on the fly." But there's also a sense of intrigue. Because while it's always hard to say goodbye to beloved players, especially guys like Moody and Payton, who embodied the grit and defense-first mentality that made Golden State dangerous, there's also an understanding that change was necessary. The Western Conference is no joke. The league is getting younger, faster, and more versatile. And if the Warriors want to compete at the highest level, they can't keep waiting for lightning to strike twice. Stephen Curry, of course, remains the centerpiece, the heart and soul. But even Steve needs help, and the front office knows it. With Klay Thompson's future still unresolved and Draymond Green aging, their Warriors are preparing for a changing of the guard. Not a total rebuild, not a tank job, but a strategic targeted reload around the greatest shooter the game has ever seen. The surprise front office move is the first domino. The player trades are the next, and what comes after? That's what fans are anxiously waiting to see. Sources say their Warriors are aggressively targeting two veteran free agents who could provide instant scoring punch and defensive versatility. One is a wing who fits perfectly into Steve Kerr's motion offense, while the other is a stretch big man who could finally give the Warriors the pick-and-pop game they've lacked for years. Neither name has been confirmed publicly, but the smoke is building fast. And with the cap space cleared by today's trades, There's a real pathway to making one or even both of those moves happen. And let's not forget about the youth movement. Brandon Podemski, Trace Jackson Davis, and Jonathan Kuminga are no longer just the young guys. They're the future. And the Warriors are making space for them to thrive. The new front office wants to accelerate their growth, hand them bigger roles, and see what they can really become with meaningful minutes. It's a risk, but it's also an investment. An investment in energy, in modern versatility, and in sustainability. But the real kicker, there's even more. Whispers around the league say that the Warriors are also engaged in preliminary discussions with international agents. And yes, the name Quezado has come up again. The Filipino sensation, standing 7'3" with perimeter shooting and a feel for the game, has long been on the Warriors' radar. And now with roster flexibility and international buzz building around Golden State, the possibility of bringing Soto into summer league or a training camp invite feels more real than ever. The move wouldn't just be about basketball. It would be about global expansion, about tapping into a fan base that's already one of the most passionate in the world, and about showing once again that the Warriors aren't afraid to think bigger than the rest of the league. So, let's zoom out and look at what just happened. Their Warriors out of nowhere launched a multi-pronged shake-up. The front office is shifting. Trusted role players have been moved. Cap space has been opened. Youth is being prioritized. Global talent is being pursued. All of this in one urgent, shocking move that nobody expected. This isn't just a twist. It's a transformation. What's next? The NBA draft is looming. Free agency is right around the corner. And with the Warriors now armed with flexibility and momentum, they're officially in play for every available upgrade on the market. Don't be surprised if the next few weeks bring even more stunning moves. Perhaps a major signing, maybe a blockbuster trade, or even a surprise reunion with a former player. Their Warriors are fully in motion, and they're not looking back. For fans, this is the kind of chaos that brings both fear and excitement. The end of one era always leads to the beginning of another. And while some may still be holding on to the past, the reality is that their Warriors are evolving fast. They're doing what great franchises do. They're making the tough calls before time forces their hand. They're acting like a team that's seen the top of the mountain and knows what it takes to get back. So, if you're a Warriors fan,